Not quite sure of the YouTube etiquette when it comes to, this intro. Like, do you have to say, "Hi, everybody on YouTube. This is Wingnut"? It just seems counterproductive to me. But then again, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. So I'm going to go hashing today. So what's hashing? I tried to cover it in a previous motovlog that's not going to get aired because I couldn't put my thoughts together. But what hashing is a drinking club with a running problem is the best way to describe it. It's been around since the 30s. It was originally started what's Malaysia nowadays by British military and expats. And the purpose of it is to drive off the weekend hangover and promote physical fitness and work up a good thirst for beer. And it's absolutely its own thing. If you've never hashed, I would suggest trying it just once. And what you're going to do is you're going to show up, and they'll explain all the rules as you go. You don't have to run. You don't have to drink. And you'll find out that you'll go and do things and push yourself because you're with the pack, and it's an absolutely fabulous time. You sing songs. It's not for anyone who is even remotely thin-skinned, or for anyone who gets offended easily, because it's very, very open. Now, no one's going to tolerate anybody being just a straight-up asshole, but definitely be prepared to catch a little bit of shit, to hear people talking shit, singing songs with adult lyrics, drinking beer, wine, whiskey, malort, if you can handle that stuff, and follow a trail. So trail's laid by your hairs, and that could be 1 hair, 2 hairs, 3 hairs, 4 hairs. I've seen 5 hairs before, and it was such a long trail. And they set a trail. Well, after they set their trail, they get a 15. Well, let me go back. They don't necessarily set. They can set a trail ahead of time, which is called a dead trail. Most groups enjoy a live trail, and that's where your that's where your hairs get a 15-minute head start, and they take off with flour. And they're marking trail with flour, toilet paper, chalk on the sidewalk. I mean, it's a number of things they can be marking trail for. Your hairs are going to be marking your trails using, what they have available to them. White flour. You'll see flour that's been dyed for ease to be seen in like snow or in autumn. Use like a blue. So it's really, however, when they'll brief it beforehand, you get together and they'll say what they've done, what type of trail marks they use, and whatnot. So they take off on their 15-minute head start. And then in that time frame, the RA will get everyone together, who is your religious advisor, and explain what's going on with the trail and the rules, or should I say traditions, because there are no rules in hashing. And you'll go from there. Now, it is a great time. You don't have to be a great runner. You don't have to be a triathlete. You don't have to be a marathon runner. You don't even have to be anything other than just another couch potato. That's all there is to it. Before I go any further. So the other day I dropped my phone because I was being stubborn and putting it in my pocket, not in the holder. So back to the story. So hashing. So you don't use your regular names. You have your hash names, which you will become a named hasher. Do not give yourself a name. Alright, if you give yourself a name, you will be ridiculed for it immensely. And whoever invited you will also catch a load of grief. So the first time you go, you're a virgin. And you will be called No Name John, or Steve, or Dave, or whatever your name is, or Virgin John. You shouldn't point. You can't point. You have to use your elbow. Very important. You'll have to use your, highly suggested. You need to bring a vessel, something to drink from. Preferably something that's not breakable, unless you're just glutton for punishment. A whistle, so you can call back and forth with the pack. That's how you communicate. And generally, virgins are free, so you don't have to pay the $5 hash cash or $3 hash cash or whatever hash cash is, which is basically the entrance fee. But with the most two important things that you have to bring. Alright, two very important things. I cannot stress this enough. Bring a great sense of humor and a thirst for beer. Now, it's not just about drinking. You can go and you can drink, or you can not drink. No one's going to get mad at you if you don't drink. Drink water. When I was beer meister, was the person who's responsible for bringing beer, I always make sure I had water and beer and wine, or a hard liquor for those that don't drink. But they don't. I really cater to the crowd. And not everybody's going to do that. But if you let people know ahead of time, they can usually work with you a little bit. It's about being social, about being out with people and doing things and having a good time. So I highly recommend it. So if you've gone several times and you've haired, generally like 5 times and one hair, 5 times you've actually hashed and 1 time that you've haired, you get a name. I know some folks who have been hashing for years because they never stayed in one place long enough. They've never got the name. I'm Smash and Trash Ho, from the Rotton Groton Hash House Harriers, and I really got to give a good shout out to them. They really, really represented hashing well for just someone who'd never seen it before. Had heard about it, had mixed feelings, but never experienced it. They represented it very well. Everybody was just absolutely friendly. It was an awesome time. They didn't care if somebody new showed up. In fact, they highly encouraged new folks to attend. Great bunch. Luby Sanchez was the one that got me involved in that, with that bunch, and he was a guy I worked with and invited me several times. But I have to thank Mojito Crooked Meat Whistle, Sound of Music Crying, Hand Job, I have to, Little Hummer Boy. So many people. Everybody that went to Rotton Groton, absolutely fabulous folks. You should go check them out. We got the haircut done, and I'm nice and bald again. It's hashing. Basically, I gotta say before, I really have to thank everybody that invited me out and welcomed me into it. It was an absolutely fabulous time. Of course, the Skull and Boners, Duck Duck Hoops, Tain't No Savior, Penis Flytrap. There's some that are here in the Tidewater area, fun runs. But just about anywhere you go, you're gonna find hashers. They're everywhere. And it's an absolutely fabulous time. I'll put some links in the description below, and you can check it out for yourself and see what you think. That's just about the best I can say about it without getting too much into it. If you like what I gotta say, you've been listening, subscribe, give me a like, give me a dislike. I don't care. It's on you. Have a great one.